They said I wouldn't make it. Not out loud, but loud enough. People like me don't go far. But what if the people society writes off are the ones who can actually save it? I thought my life was planned. Cozy family Christmases by the fire, caravan holidays in Whitby, yeah. And best of all, a degree from the University of Leeds. But life doesn't always follow the script we're handed. When I was 15, my parents divorced, and my world changed forever. I watched as one by one my friends headed off to university to live their dreams. My dream. And me? One day a friend asked me about the fingerprint marks on my arms. And in that moment, with a clarity I was not ready for, I realized that the people who were meant to protect me were not. By 17, I was sitting in a cold, windowless room at Hyroids Psychiatric Hospital in Dennnison, Leeds. Nurses checked on me every 10 minutes. My psychiatrist, Dr. Stewart, watched as I discharged myself into a world I was not prepared for. And there were forms, housing forms, benefit forms, so many forms. I didn't know what they meant. I didn't know what came next. But I did know this. I had no money, no home, and no hope. When you are at your lowest, nobody is coming to save you. The system says you are a burden, a statistic, a number on the waiting list. And I believed that. For a long time, I believed that. That belief cost me my health. I spent years trying to understand, what did I do wrong? That belief cost me human connection. I didn't think I was worthy of anyone's love. And at 22, that belief nearly cost me my life. But my story didn't end there. Because what I didn't know then was that the smallest of moves, from saying yes to that coffee with a friend, to smiling at a stranger, to simply changing the scene, could start to rebuild everything. I moved to Manchester. Yeah. Woo! Somehow, I found running. Yeah. Now, let me be clear. I was, and arguably still am, a terrible runner. Have you ever tried running? Yeah? Many of us have tried. It is really hard. But something changed. As I put one foot in front of the other, I started to reflect on the memories. I remembered the time I'd been taken to a safe house in Woodhouse, Leeds. I remembered the time I'd slept rough outside the housing association on the hedgerow. And I remember the faces of the people who didn't make it. But I kept going. And here's something 15-year-old me would never have believed. Just when I thought the opportunity had passed me by, I went back to university. I got my degree. And not because life got easy, but because running gave me a confidence I didn't have when I was 17. That girl who couldn't even fill in a housing benefit form went on to sit law exams, run marathons, and walk across the TEDx stage. Thank you. Running gave me something no doctor could ever prescribe: belief that I was capable of more. In 2017, I decided to set up a running club for people who couldn't run. I honestly thought, no one is showing, why would they? But they did. People came. They walked. They jogged. Sometimes they cried. And the people who came were not your typical runners. They were the single parents, people in drug and alcohol recovery, people just trying to fit in. I'll never forget Lisa. Lisa lost 14.5 stone. And yes, she makes me say the half every time I tell her story. Lisa learnt to run 5K with us, and then she went on to run the Manchester 10K. Wow. And then Farhat rebuilt her strength so she could get back off the sofa again without the help of her grandsons. And Laura, diagnosed with cancer in her 30s, she came to the club to re-find her identity. And then COVID hit, and we all had to find new ways to stay connected. Have you ever heard of window workouts? During lockdown, I sent fitness instructors to supported housing schemes across Trafford to deliver exercise classes outside residents' windows. Me and some friends dressed up as superheroes. Now you recognize me. And we ran around the streets of Sale, visiting families on lockdown birthdays. We sang happy birthday from the street. And of course, we all went online. But have you ever tried to deliver a fitness class online to members of the deaf community? Well, let me tell you something. It was fantastic. And that's when I realized it wasn't about miles, it wasn't about medals, it was about belonging. No one got left behind, not in our runs, not in our club. Now here's why this matters. The NHS is in crisis. The National Health Service is in crisis. As at mid-2025, on NHS England's elective waiting lists, there are between 7.37 and 7.39 million people. And if you're waiting for mental health support, you could be waiting months, sometimes over a year, just to see someone to talk to. Many people can't afford to wait that long. By the time the letter arrives, the crisis has already happened. And yet, we keep searching for solutions in pill prescribing, in broken political promises, in investment that comes when it is already too late. But the biggest resource we have isn't in a pill or a policy or a prescription. It's people. It's you. It's you. It's definitely you. Survivors become guides. Outsiders become leaders. And when you empower people with self-belief and you give them community and purpose, they don't just heal themselves, they heal others too. Do you know we've had over 12,000 people come for a run at our club? Thank you. Okay, I've got a challenge for you all now. I challenge you all to go and set up your own club. Yeah, whether it's a rounders club, a sewing club, a book club, find your people. Meet weekly, set up your ground rules, and let every voice be heard. Let me be real with you for just a little moment. I have nearly given up. So many times, I have nearly given up. Who do I think I am? Who am I to lead anything or anyone? But when I was stood in that park in the pouring Manchester rain, or on that path in the depths of winter, and I saw the faces of the people who showed, women trying to find a way through the menopause, grandparents getting fit for grandkids, people trying to re-find identity after a cancer diagnosis, I realized something. This is what society looks like when no one gets left behind. So, I want to leave you with a question. What will you do with the hand life has dealt you? Will you let that experience define you? Or will you use that experience to redefine what is possible for yourself and for others too? Because the truth is this: they said we wouldn't make it. But we did. Thank you.